from Yankee Stadium ahead of Game 3 of the 2025 AL Wildcard Series. It's the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees. A chilly October night. Joe Henry here with the 2025 WFUV reporters for the New York Yankees. Owen Kelty, Chris Carrino, Tucker Austin. And guys, after just a few hours, one of these teams will be moving north to Toronto for the ALDS, the other going home for the winter. And while this might be one of the biggest games that either of these teams have played in the past decade, the reality is, for as big as the moment is, it's the unlikeliness of pitching matchup. The two starters, both rookies, Cam Schlittler for the Yankees, Connolly early for the Red Sox. First off, we start with Cam Schlittler making his 15th career start in his first postseason start. What do you guys team from him to actually with that stuff-free DRA? He's going to need to give the Yankees a little bit of life tonight.
Yeah, and there's a reason they call him Baby Cole in the Bronx, Joe. Cam Schlittler has an electric fastball, gets up to 99 miles an hour, just like Garrett Speeder. He's done a great job for the Yankees this year. Like you mentioned, he's only thrown 14 games, this being his 15th, but when snagging against the earlies, much fewer games. He said, "I'm great. Just so many fewer games, a little bit more experience for Schlittler, so I'm leaning to the Yanks right in."
Yeah, Cam Schlittler has been electric all year. Started the year in Double-A. Was able to make his way up to the majors. He stepped up big time for this team, losing Garrett Cole, losing Clark Schmidt. No Louis Seal for half the year. They need to rely on young arms. Him and Will Warren stepped up big for this team. And for a guy that has been cool, calm, and collected all season, pitched a big game last Sunday against the Orioles. He lost a win game. I expect him to step up big tonight. Carlos Rodon last night said he's expecting to see him dominant tonight, and he's excited to see him dominant.
Yeah, whether it's Clark, whether it's Cole at the beginning of the season, there's been trials and tribulations with this starting pitching rotation all season long. There's obviously been a lot said about Cam Schlittler and his family and his personal life. They're all Red Sox fans. They're from the Massachusetts area, Red Sox County. They hopefully made the switch over to Yankee Nation ahead of this one. I don't really know if it's a better spot and place to have the start. Winner take all, Yankees, Red Sox. Could be a good one.
The Walpole, Mass native will look to knock out his hometown team tonight in Game 3 on the Red Sox side. A battered and bruised pitching staff is going to lead on Connolly early. The 23-year-old is about to become the youngest Red Sox to score in a postseason game since Babe Ruth 109 years ago. That's how big the stakes are for a guy making a big league start in the first opponent's big league ballpark he's ever pitched in as a major leaguer. Chris, you can imagine the nerves that Connolly Early is feeling.
I can imagine the nerves. I told you when we headed to the ballpark today, I've seen about 20 early edits from Red Sox Nation on Twitter. They're excited about him tonight. All season, between him and Bello, they've been excited about the future of what this pitching rotation will look like in Boston. A big key to that is how tonight goes. Bello last night, a bit of a disappointment. Not anything totally out of the ordinary, but definitely not what Red Sox fans were expecting. From early now tonight, in terms of tonight, I think Red Sox fans expect at least 5 to 6 innings. They want to have a clean start to this game. As you said, the bullpen has been through a lot in just these 2 games. They don't want to have to rely on them too much and maybe even shadow at the end of this game. But early going deep in this game is really going to be the key for Boston.
Yeah, he's made 4 starts so far in his career, 3 against the A's, 1 against the Rays, and 1 against the Tigers, which obviously not the greatest teams in the league, but he also has a strikeout to walk ratio of 28-4. So, I mean, he's made 4 starts and he's dominated all of them. Different environment tonight, though. 8 p.m. game, his first 2 games, they started 6 o'clock, Crashman as full at 6 o'clock. Did you see 8 p.m. game? Everyone got work, everyone here, how he responds to that environment. Both rookie pitchers, how they respond. Sure, it comes out too hot, might you playing too much into the crowd, too amped up, or early, fumbles under the, amped up, you can see the crowd.
Kelty, you mentioned the 28 strikeouts. Those came in just 19 and a third innings pitched this season. Very small sample size, but still a lot of strikeouts and a whip that sits just over 1. Again, sample size small, but still excellent numbers out of early on in his career.
It's a guy that has drawn quick first comparisons in his first few starts as a big leader. Tonight he's going to face this Yankees lineup, guys. The big stories, Ben Rice and Gas Chisholm will start against the left-handed pitcher. Paul Goldschmidt is out, as is Ryan McMahon, then Jose Caballero. The starter at third base, Ahmed Rosario. Your first reactions to this starting lineup from Arizona?
Wasn't surprised by it. I was thinking that maybe they would go with Rice and Hector Wells from the bench, start Goldschmidt at first. A little surprised that Goldschmidt was not in the lineup tonight, but definitely not shocked by Rosario starting. Maybe go Caballero, but Rosario's good numbers against lefties, and that's what they acquired this whole trade deadline. They come in lefties. Ryan McMahon, obviously, will be in this game at some point. He's an elite defender. Has saved them a lot of runs. Big double play by him last night. He will have his effect on this game, but batting-wise, Ahmed Rosario, not shocked they went with him. A little surprised with not having Rice behind the plate and Goldschmidt at first, but we'll see what happens. Goldschmidt's going to probably get a big at bat late in this game against New York. All this checking. One of the Red Sox lefties out of hand, and then Ryan McMahon definitely walked right.
Yeah, Joe, I mean, get fans when this lineup comes out, a few hours before the game, first couple spots they look at second base, they look at third base, and they look at first base. Who is playing those positions? Second base tonight, Jack. That and it's of the same as last night. There was, a lot of talk over game one. Should he have played? Should Rosario have played over him? They're sticking with what went well last night. Same thing at first base. Ben Rice almost immediately hits a home run. First pitch of his postseason career. They're sticking with that at first base. A lot of talk about Goldschmidt today. All of that talk has seemingly subsided. And then at third base, that's where they do the switch up. Rosario is where they make the change. Rosario has had good postseason games for multiple franchises in the MLB. I think they're going with the experience with Rosario at third base.
Yeah, agree with everything you guys just mentioned, but I also like the way that the top three in this order has stayed relatively the same, save for Goldschmidt leading off in game one. It's been Trent Grisham last night and now going into tonight. Trent Grisham has a much better game at the plate in game two at the top of that order. And then also looking at Cody Bellinger in the three-hole, who's been having a very solid series so far. Look for both of them to continue to put pressure on early. And then Giancarlo Stanton, too. Really, one of the biggest question marks for this Yankee team so far in this series has been, where is postseason Stanton? I think he comes out tonight. I think Stanton is probably going to go deep in this one. I think he's one of, if not the only reason why the Yankees are going to Toronto.
And I think, to your point, that 1 and 2 hole, having Grits lead off, having Judge right after him, obviously they go Goldie game one, but last night should be the only reason they need to keep that 1 and 2 the same for the rest of the playoffs.
A quick look at this Boston Red Sox lineup. Alex Cora making a few big switches as the Red Sox ready to face the first right-handed starter of the series. Emilio Reyes was into the lineup. Jaron Duran, who struggled mightily this series, both offensively and defensively, slots up in the leadoff spot. And then Masataka Yoshida, Cedon Rafaela being the 4 and 5 hitters. A couple significant surprises on this Boston side. They're looking for a power punch early, knowing how little help they have on the pitching side of things. Guys, before we go, your predictions for the biggest game of 2025 thus far?
I think, looking at what Boston did, their bullpen last night, I think they went all in on that game. Wanted to win game two and ended there. Yankees have the advantage now pitching-wise in this game. Shortly more starts made. Healthier bullpen or more ready available bullpen. Both lineups, we're just going to see how the starters come out in this one, but I'm going to see the Yankees win 5-2.
Yeah, I agree with all that. I think the Yankees bullpen is much more rested. Keep in mind, we have not seen Camilo Doval yet in this series, so he is still available, fresh and ready to go. Devin Williams had a pretty solid outing last night. I expect everyone, all hands on deck for the Yankees tonight out of that bullpen and in the bench as well. But I think this one, I agree with Kelty. The bullpen for the Red Sox is going to be a little bit more tired, especially if we go back to a guy like Whitlock in that late 7th or 8th inning. So I think it's going to be the Yankees, and I think they're finally going to win this one by more than one, maybe more than 3 runs. I'm going to go 6-2 Yankees.
You could feel the tension, you could feel the energy in the building as soon as we walked in and scanned through the media entrance here today at the stadium. I think this is going to be a close one down to the final pitch of the game. I think there's going to be a lot of runs scored as well. 6-5 Yankees would be my prediction. As Owen said, Alex Cora just pushed too many of those chips to the middle of the table last night. Just did too much last night to try and get the victory. Didn't leave himself enough tonight. I think that will be the difference and give the Yankees the victory. Go to Toronto.
I expect the team that strikes first to win tonight. I've got to be the contrarian. I think this is a high-scoring game. The Red Sox are going to rely on a lot of hitters to come through if they want to win here in Game 3. They're not a team that's expected to win this game by any means. They'll go with them 8-7 behind some heroics early in the game. From early, Kyle Harrison is expected to come out of the bullpen. I think they have more of a shot than people are considering. But again, the chips are stacked against them. We'll find out in just a couple of hours. Our crew here at FUV will have you covered all night long on X and with a post-game recap on YouTube as well, so stay tuned for that. For now, an 8:08 first pitch, it's the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees, Game 3 of the 2025 AL Wildcard Series.